What's up, ladies? I'm Z3KO Trinity. Today, I'm going to be doing a book review. Not just a book review, a Stephen King book review. Not just a Stephen King book review, but a book review on Misery. Misery. One of my all-time favorites. The creme de la creme. The stash of the stashes. The hairstyle of the hairstyles. Like, what the hell? Stephen King's got some kind of weird shit going on. He's got that unibrow going. He's got that big-ass mustache goes right over here. And I don't think I could reenact his hair. He's got it like parted two ways. A huge chunk reaching around, going down the face. This part went. Do I look like Stephen King? No? Oh well. Anyway. Misery. One of Stephen King's best books ever written. I am doing a review for you guys today. Actually, I'll do it tomorrow. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. I'll do it today. Right now. Stephen King. This book is about a Filipino horse named Misery. Now, this isn't just an ordinary horse. This is a magical horse. It's a unicorn. And this woman named Annie Wilkes, she puts this horse in a race. And she thought, with it being a unicorn, YOLO, it could win. And it went on and on and on and on. Sound like a Joyce Ghoul. It went on. And the horse didn't win the race. So Annie decided to sedate the horse. The horse wakes up in the bed and it's all tied up and it's like, nay, nay. And she walks in with this sledgehammer and she's like, have you ever heard of hobbling? And the horse is like, nay, nay. And she, cripples the horse. It's very sad. After she cripples the horse, she realizes, I could have just shot it this whole time. And she shoots it in the head. And that's the prelude to the story. She felt so bad for killing that horse Misery, aka the unicorn, that she decided to name her very favorite pig Misery as well. And she also is in love with this writer. His name is Paul Weldon. And Paul Weldon was a very, very bad writer. Like, nobody liked his books. He was shit. He sold like 5 copies of his first book. All 5 of them Annie bought. Because she was going to use one for toilet paper. And she was going to use the rest for fire to keep her house warm. But she actually sat down and read one and fell madly in love with him. I mean, like, nipple pinching madly. And, anyway, she ends up stalking him, throws a snowball at his windshield, and he's all like, fuck! And crashes into a tree over a cliff. And she drags him out, gives him mouth-to-mouth, and it describes the mouth-to-mouth in detail. Says that she had, like, pizza last night with extra garlic and shit. I mean, it was nasty. I mean, this a nasty hoe. I mean, for real. But he wakes up, both his legs broken, his back's broken, his dick's broken. I mean, his arms are broken. But she, she's got him all sedated, just like the horse. And she tells him that she's some kind of specialist nurse. Secret plot twist, she is. And he is in a wheelchair, as you can see front cover of the book. He's in a wheelchair. And she comes in and she's like, you know what would make you feel better, Paul Weldon? And he goes, what? She goes, if I yodel for you. But he didn't like that, so she told him to start working on this book, which is a book about her horse named Misery. And as he's writing this book, he's thinking, I don't know nothing about horses. I don't know nothing about unicorns. And she ends up criticizing everything that he writes. And eventually it got to the point where she kept pouring bowls of hot soup on his nipples until he wrote something good. She's like, write something good! You know. I mean, it was straight up torture, but it was love. It's true love. That's what you do with true love, you know. But, yeah, all in all, it's such a good book. Like, I loved it to death. Like, it killed me. I'm a ghost right now. But, yeah, it kind of ends a little sad. See, this cop guy kind of shows up, and he's like, hey, doing the annual who's in your basement check. And she's like, oh, nobody's in my basement. Woo! And so the cop goes there and he goes, is that someone in your basement? And she knocks him in the back of the head with a spike. It completely pokes his eye right out. And it kind of zoomed his eye in. And he's like, yeah, there's someone there. And he falls down the stairs. And she brings Paul up from the basement, and she realizes, hey, I can't keep this up. Someone's going to come looking for that cop, and I'm going to have to poke his eye out, and somebody else will come poke his eye out, and somebody else will come poke their eye out. Then the neighbor's kid down the lane, you know, is wanting some to borrow a cup of sugar, poke his eye out. I mean, it's just going to be an endless poking, you know. But all in all, she decides to kill him. But he tells her that he, honest to God, loves her. He's like Scout's honor. and she just falls for it. So he tells her to have this beautiful supper ready for him. And he's going to make her his famous drink called the Poison. And not the band either. But it didn't work. She grabs her cup and she's all like, oops. Spills it on him. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Here, I'll pour me another glass. And he's like, fuck. But at the very end, he ends up killing her. She's got him all tied to the bed. She's like, have you heard of hobbling? And he breaks free and turns into this gigantic monster. And she's like, oh shit! And he like double arm axle slams her. And then when she wakes up, she's in the bed. And he's got a chainsaw. And he's like, have you heard of skadish kebabs? And yeah, that's the end. Just, it's a big plot twist. Everything was so cool about this story. And at the very, very end, he's eating in this restaurant, and this waitress brings him this big hunk of meat, and he's like, wow, I've never had this before. What is it? And she leans down into his ear like this and goes, it's unicorn. And he's like, so, big plot twist. Boom. Stephen King for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the book review. I know I sure did. If you had a good time, had a little lulz, give me that thumbs up. If you didn't laugh at all, just hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, forget that thumbs down button even exists, okay? Just, there is no thumbs down button. Just all. But in all seriousness, please comment below. Let me know what you think, how you think I did. Whether or not I did a good job on this or not. And please comment below and let me know what book you want me to do next. I can't just randomly throw a dart at a board and be like, oh, that's the next one. I want you guys to be involved. This is your channel as much as it is my channel. I don't know why I'm this But anyway, I'm Z3KO Trinity. I hope you had fun, and I guess... Stephen King says he'll see you guys in the next video.